Hi guys, it's me, Grimm's dad. So, I've got a little bit of time off, so I decided I think maybe I'll do a guest post on Grimm's channel while he's stuck in school. Ha ha! So, anyway, I decided to do one on The Longing, the weirdest, most boring, and wonderful game I have ever played in my life. So, for those of you who don't know, this is not like a new game to the world, but it's a new game to Switch, so it's a new game to us. Basically, The Longing is you playing as this weird little elf guy who's stuck in a cavern waiting for the king who's gone to sleep to wake up. And he's gonna wake up in a mere 400 days. That's right, 400 days, you, this tiny little elf shade thing, is trapped in this cavern all alone, just waiting. Your job is to wait for 400 days so then you can wake up the king. I mean, if you can imagine something more long-term than a 400-day video game, I don't know what exactly it would be. So you're just here killing time. I know that, like, tons of time people were telling me all the time when I was a kid, like, oh, you'll waste your time playing video games. And, you know, parents who aren't me talk to kids who aren't Grimm and say, oh, you'll waste your time playing video games. But they've really called the bluff on this one because the point of The Longing is to sit around wasting time. Now, of course, it gives you things that you can do. You can sit around and do things that people say that you should be doing when you're playing video games. Like, you can sit in a chair and you can read a book. That's right. It's actually got the option where you can sit down and collect some books from around the caverns and read them. Like, you know, some Nietzsche, in case you needed to bone up on your philosophy before you got there. I don't recommend it. Or Moby Dick, like the whole thing. Call Me Ishmael, page 1, all the way through to the end. So, like, you know, it's kind of a jolly time that you can have. You can also do things that curmudgeonly people want you to do when you want to be playing video games. Like, you can wander around and draw. Now, once you go through the caves, you can find a couple of different kinds of chalk, black, white, red, and then do different kinds of drawings. And once you decide which of these drawings you want your character to do, you pick them, and you actually get to watch them get drawn in real friggin' slow time. I mean, I was gonna make you watch this whole drawing get done, but I just didn't have it in me. So, like, here it's going, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go for the editing cut because wasting time is the key, remember? And, like, you know, to get to this mushroom, it takes a whole bunch of it. But, I mean, the joy is eventually you get this little picture of a mushroom, which is worth the wait, I guess. And then you get to hang it up on your wall, which, you know, it turns out actually kind of speeds up the time a little. You decorate your place enough, time will begin moving faster. He gets happy, and then things get sped up. But, you know, it's not just about sitting around inside. Sometimes you need to go outside and play. That's right. You go out and go for a walk. So this is actually the great part of this game, I think. The totally masterful boredom of it is that you just spend time holding over on the Joy-Con, or sort of diagonally up. And you watch this slow, plodding creature wander up and down the halls in this just absolute crush of time. And you don't have any alternative because it's 400 days that you gotta waste. I mean, you have another alternative. You could play a better game, but what could be better than this absolute weird pile of wandering? No, like, the game totally plays this up too, because sometimes it just demands that you wait even longer. So you're walking along in caverns and you're finding things, and then you're like, oh, well, what could be down here? Maybe can I jump off? What's gonna happen? Maybe I can fall off. I'll jump. Yeah, no. Oh, no. I gotta wait for the moss to grow. That's right. Sometimes you just gotta wait even longer. I've been waiting for this for 2 weeks, and I just gotta walk away and do something else. But like, the real joy of this game is like how it can be so much fun while trafficking in like total slow, meandering, and really meaningless bits of movement. Sometimes you just walk forever and you find nothing, and so then you go back. Sometimes though, you find like actual interesting moments of disappointment, right? You're like, oh, I can't climb up there, and he gets bummed out by it. And it's hilarious because this game has so little going on in it that you actually are collecting disappointment. If you were collecting boredom, like, you would be a bazillionaire in it. But still, I keep coming back. I wanted to make a video of this. I wanted to share with you how absolutely bizarre it is that I'm spending my time off with nobody at home playing this game, where I get to watch this total Dobby the House Elf weirdo character wandering around and collecting stuff to pass the time. Like, oh, a clump of moss. That would be soft for making a bed. And you know, sometimes he just says this really, really dark stuff, like, oh, soft like thoughts of solitude. I can't get enough of it. He splish splashes through puddles and then, you know, moves on to something else. Now, I don't want to make it as if this is all like a dour bit of trouble. Like, after a while, good things happen. Like, this stalactite fell down here and collapsed, and now I can get up the stairs. So, but even when something good happens, it goes right back to the dark. Like, oh, I can get through. I just hope I don't get impaled by a stalactite someday. So, you know, somehow it's great fun. You know, you just kind of like wander around in the background of things. You see yourself passing by from place to place. Occasionally you get to, like, I don't know, talk to weird faces that'll trade you stories for your disappointments, which is, you know, fun, I guess. And occasionally, when there's nothing else better to do, you just, you know, talk to yourself about how you should talk to yourself more. It's great. I really can't say enough about how much this game is a brutal waste of my time that I keep just coming back to. No, of course, like, the game does punish you at times a bit for, you know, like, being dumb. You can drop yourself down holes and then not be able to get back up out of them again. And then it makes fun of you for it. But other than that, there's really nothing that can go wrong in this game. I tried to wake the king up just to see if he'd get mad at me, and it didn't let me. But all in all, it's just a bit of wandering. Now, the thing that is totally hilarious about it, though, is the game acknowledges that maybe you couldn't even keep up with the pace of slowness. And so if you want to get somewhere, you can remember places and then just walk to them. And now I can set down my controller and just watch. I don't even have to play this frightfully repetitive and boring game. I can just watch it play itself. And you can get other stuff done. I've gone to make a sandwich while this guy trods through the bleak abyss. I read a chapter of a Drizzt Do'Urden Dark Elf trilogy novel while listening to him plod along. I think at one point, because I had stayed up too late and got up early to get Grim and his sister off to school, I think I fell asleep for a while he was walking. It really doesn't matter, because the game just goes on and on and on and on forever. Now, of course, like I said, there's ways to speed things up. You can make some music, and the time will tick faster. You can do more drawings and collect crystals, and the time will move happily along to get you a little closer, but not very much. You're closer to the end, but what have you done to get there? You can mess around with the water tap in the wall. I mean, that's fun, right? That's what people like to do in video games. Like, who needs to break bricks with my head and attack evil mushrooms? I can, you know, do some light plumbing. I could always start a fire in my fireplace once I've collected enough coal. I mean, that's really great because, let's see, once it's going, then instead of time going in 2-second blocks at a time, it'll speed up a bit. And now it's going at 5 seconds at a time. Well, there you go. Now I'm standing in front of a fake fire listening to a crackle. And I can sit down and just stare. That's exactly what I want from a video game, I guess. I mean, I don't want to overplay how much fun this game is, but somehow I think I've been hypnotized. I come back to it, like, constantly, and I think that you should too. Because we're all sitting around wasting our time anyway. Let's be honest about it. This is the way that we could really, really, really be totally clear about how much fun sitting on our butts doing nothing can be. And you know what I say? Darn those people who think that that's a problem anyway. Sit down, just stare, and be okay with it. Alright, well, I think I gotta go pick Grim up from school now, so I suppose it's about time to stop. Thanks for watching this dreadfully boring video, and, yeah. Bye!